Welcome back to the shop. Hey, today, folks, if you've been around long enough, if you've done the skills and the trades long enough, you've seen things come and go. You've seen them start out big and work up bigger. Today, we're going to look at a little timeline work from Klein Tools. They've been around a while. They've been doing things a while. They've been doing things right for a while. So we're going to take a look and see some of the improvements over time we've come to know and love here. Welcome back, folks. Yeah, so if you've been around long enough, and with any tool brand you like, be it Klein or Knipex or Weehaw, you get tools that you like, and then they improve them, and it evolves. Everything evolves. People send in their, hey, this is what I really like, and maybe we should move this up. So tool businesses, they're trying to stay vital and used, so they add features, benefits, and stuff like that. Let's start off with the 11-in-1, my old classic favorite. This is the one that started a lot for me because I was trying to find the most efficient way to carry a bunch of tools in a bag that wouldn't kill me. You didn't have to carry around 400 pounds worth of stuff. Ooh, look at the dust coming out of this thing. It's been in the house toolbox for a while. And the 11-in-1 was it. I thought, man, that's got a little bit of everything. Got flat, got Phillips, you don't got to do a lot of stuff. Got nut drivers, got square. Yeah, it was great. And then as I evolved in my tool skills and my work skills, I found the 11-in-1 impact rated because, you carry around the little impact drivers get smaller and smaller. You got the M12 now, which is, barely bigger than your hand, so that's easy to carry around and do a lot more stuff. And then they come up with the impact rated bits. So now your nut drivers, especially for electricians, when you're using a lot of 5/16ths, using a lot of 3/8, fasteners, the 1/4-inch stuff, everything. You just got a handy tool that does a lot of stuff, and it still works as a screwdriver. You got one tool, covers so many items in there. So, yeah, the 11-in-1 impact was my upgrade, and I thought, that's the pinnacle right there. How's it going to get any better? Wait. Klein goes and proves you wrong again. I got into the ball grips thanks to the guys in the chat talking about the vessel and the annex, which I really love. But when Klein came out with their model, which this isn't very old, this is, around a year old, maybe a little less than a year. It's been out and about. I love the ball grip, but the Klein ball grip, it fit my hand so good. I was so impressed with that. I'm like, I love it. But sadly, no ratchet. I got into the ratchet on those annex and the vessel, and man, they had me sold on that. But I thought, well, it's still a good grip because, it just fits right. It fits me right. And yeah, I had a couple of issues with you bang the little gray connector and it just falls right out in your hand or on the ground, which, I can live with that. You slide it up in there, it locks up pretty good, but still, you're working with it and you bump it, it comes loose. So Klein listens, they do, really. And then they come out with this little Jim Dandy, the old ratcheting fast bit true grip. I think they just call it the ratcheting true grip now. The spring grip on the locking collar, so much better. And still, the great hand grip feel in there. Also, the low profile ratcheting wheel there that you pick which side you want to ratchet. I've completely blanked out now. Ratcheting selector. So, another problem, we'd run into with the vessel with the big yellow snatcher was you bump it as you're working. Then the annex came along, it was a little slimmer, so you didn't do it. And then the Klein, they took the lessons and just added it in there. It's really hard to switch accidentally. You gotta really want to do it before you switch your selector from reverse to forward, or even the middle zone for just a regular screwdriver. No ratcheting involved. They got that going. And then, if you're, sometimes I just like a regular screwdriver. Now, I won't be fooling you. I thought this was a ratcheting too, and it was a little more compact. I'm like, wow, that's awesome. But What it really turns out to be is it's the newest ball grip style, but you've got a stubby built in with, you know, the 6 bits in there. We did a whole video on this one just recently, as well as pretty much all the rest. I'll leave some cards up in the top up here. You can check them out. This is a really comfortable little screwdriver. A little more compact. You're losing about 1 inch there if you need some compactness. Of course, with these, you can always get you a shorter bit put in there in your compactness. But if you just want a straight with the ball grip with your bits stored in the handle and a stubby, they come up with everything. Klein really does evolve over time. Here's another one, the adjustable stubby. I had this one in my little EDC kit, and I thought that was just the cat's meow. Extra bits in the storage handle there. You can adjust it up if you need it really small. You know, get that in there. And then what do? Impact ratcheting stubby. So you get the best of the 11-in-1 stubby, or 11-in-1 impact, in a stubby model. And I'm telling you, that ratcheting, super nice. It's not a second thought. They really built this around the ratcheting impact setup. Super nice. You've got your impact rated driver bits, 1/4 inch. You've got reversible screwdriver bits in there, Phillips and slotted. And then on the other side, it's in there tight. The 5/16 driver bit. But then there's your other number 2 Phillips and your wider slotted bit. All in the little handy impact rated setup. Now, yeah, is everybody going to need this? No. Are most people going to need this? Probably not. I don't need it, but I think it's cool, and I've used it a couple times at work. You know, I do stuff that's a lot bigger most of the time. Sometimes the stubby comes in handy. Sometimes I just get tired of wrenching, so I bring the ratchet out. Could I do it with this? Yeah, I sure could. But when you get the novelty of the cool stuff, which, you know, made by a great company, it really works out for you. I love these little Klein stubbies, and the ratcheting on everything that I've had from Klein so far has been nice. You know, there's a lot of talk about, oh, that's only, I talked to the representative from Klein, and I can't remember. It's not 72 teeth, though. It's much lower. I think she said 24. I will double check and put it in a card here for you. But, you know, a lot of people had a problem with, well, it's not very toothy. It's kind of, you know, a little low tooth count. I haven't had a problem with it, and I use these things every day. I take them to work. That is my go-to anymore. That was my original go-to. And, you know, I use the stubbies every now and then. I've been putting this one to the test a little bit more lately, and I'm really liking that. If you don't need a ratchet and you just something light to work on, try it out. Put it in your hand and see if you don't like the feel of that better than, let's say, that. The little long, old-style handle, it was great, but, man, I'm a convert to ball grip now. So much better. Anyway, that's a little look at some evolution of Klein Tools. They sent me a bunch of these. I bought these two. I bought that one. They sent me that for evaluation, that one. And the little ratcheting, I bought that one myself. So almost half of my stuff was bought. The rest of these, no, over half, yeah. Those 3 sent to me. I bought those, so, and that. I'd keep buying them. I'd buy those right now if they didn't send them to me. They're that good. Anyway, I hope that helps you out on your journey through the Klein tool setup, and I'll tell you a little bit about mine. I've really enjoyed using Klein, and I still do. Can't say enough good stuff about them. Anyway, hope that helps. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.